Okay, so please, we want to make this small pack. We have the pink and the orange here. This is the orange pink zip. I've sold this one, and this is the pink zip. So let's go ahead and make another one so that I'll teach you how I came across this video here. So let's go ahead and make it. I'm just waiting for 1 or 2 or 3 people to come in before I'll start so that others will join. So I'll tell you the measurement I used on this bag. Don't mind all those boys that is just yelling. I'm in the shop and a lot of people are even doing their own business. So I'm doing my own. Just pay attention so that I will teach you what I did on this video. So this bag is so simple. It's not that kind of difficult. So I want to sew one for you. So let's make it together with you now. Okay, and I use the pink or the orange color. Which one did you like better? I think I love this orange color and I like the pink one, but let me use let's just go ahead and use the orange one. Okay, so this zip for the orange one is the size 6. We have size 5 and size 6. The zip here, this one you are seeing here is size 6, and the pink one is size 5. So they are different ones. So if you want to buy a zip, tell them if you need the size 5, you get the zip clothes for the size 5 and the zip head for the size 5. Then if you need size 6, you get the zip clothes for the size 6 and the zip head for the size 6. So let's go ahead and make the measurements that we are going to use. This is the material that I'm going to use for today's tutorial. Okay, this the material that I'm going to use. Okay, let me just check where the one that I can use side. Okay, so this is the side that we're going to use here now. So I will just cut some parts. The reason why I'm just checking all this is just because I have some issue for this leather. Just see. So okay, so that's why I'm just use this side. So I'll cut some parts out. So don't mind the noise because I'm in the public where many people are even doing their business. You are doing your own and they are doing their own. So don't mind about the noise that you are hearing outside there. I'm in my shop. Okay, so the measurement I'll use on this bag is I'm using the measurement of 10-inch up the side. So I'm using 10 here. Okay. So this is size 10 that I'm using. So I'm using size 10 by 11-inch. This one will be big somehow. This one will be somehow big more than the other one because I'm using 10 by 11-inch. So this is 10 by 11-inch leather that I'm using here. Okay, this is the first one that I'm just cutting out here. So after cutting it out now, I will now show you the design, how I designed it on that. That's just a small backpack bag that you can just even use as a handbag, or even for your small baby, or even for you as an adult. Okay, so this is 10 by 11-inch. Okay, now what I will do, I will show you what I did there. Okay, look at it now. Here, this one is straight cut. Look at this. This is straight cut, and this is in a triangular cut. So if you want to cut this, I will show you what I did here, and I will show you how I cutted this one out. Okay. So what I did on the first one, that's the orange one, this one here now. Let me just keep it here so that we'll see that that's the one I'm showing you now. Also, what I did is just I measured out here. I measured out 4-inch here. So I measured out this 4-inch. Remember, this one is bigger than this. Just see this. This one is smaller and this one is big. So you want to make the actual measurement I used here. What I used here was I used that's 8-inch. That's by 10-inch. Yeah. Okay, now After, I will just measure out this side to be 4 inch. So this side is 4 inch now. Yeah, so this is the 4 inch side for the back. Remember, this side is 11 by 10 inch. Then after measuring the 11 by 10 inch, I measured from here to here to be 4 inch. So that is for this one, that's the orange color here. Okay, now I want to cut out the downside for this back. So what I will do, I will now come here and I will measure out this side. I'll measure 1.5 inch here. Remember, I will measure out 1.5 inch this side, because okay, this is 1.5 inch, and then I will come this side and I will measure out 1.5 inch also. So this side is also 1.5 inch, and I will come this side and I will measure out 1.5 inch also here. Okay, so this is 1.5 inch. Then after cutting the half inch this way, I will join it. Sorry that I'm not using my ruler. I have my ruler here. I don't know why I'm not using it. Okay, so what I will now do, I will now draw a straight line here. Remember, I will draw a straight line on this one also here. Then let me just mark a straight line on all of them here. Okay, now after this, the next thing I need to do, I will now measure out this side. I will measure out 2.5 inch here. So this is 2.5 inch, and I will also mark 2.5 inch this side. Then coming down to this side, I will now mark 3 inch here, and I will also mark 3 inch on this side. So from these two now, I will now curve it. Just watch me the way I will curve it. So I will curve it this way. Then coming to this side, I will also curve this side. You cannot curve a bag this way. No. The only thing you need to do is just to make a curve to move the straight line here. Okay. So after curving it, this is how it will be. And the same thing will apply on the upper side of this bag. So I will measure out. So no need of measure, because this is 4 inch. I will come this side and I will measure out 3 inch. And I will come this side and I will measure 3 inch. So from the 3 inch also, I will now join this one here. Hope you see what I'm doing. Then I will jump this side also here. So this is the diagram for the back this way. So this is for this one. Remember, I told you this one is smaller one, and the measurement I use on this one now is 10 by 8 inch. But for this one, I use 10 by 11 inch. That's why this one is bigger. But if I come to the other pink one, that's this one now. Assuming I want to sew this one, remember I used the orange one, this one here. I use this orange one, that's the straight cuts. But assuming I want to make it to be in a triangular form, what will I do? I will just start from here. I will measure out 1.5 inch here. Coming to this side, I will measure 2.5 inch. Coming to this side, I will measure 3 inch. Coming to this side, I will measure 4 inch. So from here now, I will now mark a straight line. Join all this line here with my ruler here. I will mark a straight line here. Okay. So I will just join it this way. So if I want to cut, I will just cut it the same way here. Remember, this one is this way. You can also go ahead and do the same thing this side. So when you cut it this side, or you do it, if you need this type, that's this shape now, you cut it in a triangular form. But if you need this one, you just go on a straight line this way. You go on a straight line this way. Okay, now after this, the next thing I need to do is to go ahead and cut it out. So be careful, watch me the way I will cut it, because I will not even cut it the way I draw it. I will still make some amendments while cutting it, so that I will make sure that all of them are equal. So what will I do now? I will now use my scissors and I cut from this side. Okay, I will now cut from this side. Okay, I will cut here. So watch me now what I will do. Please be careful this side, so that it will not be like this. Okay, when I come at this point, I will not cut straight this way. I will say, I told you I will make some amendments. What I will do, I will just put this here, and you see what I'm doing. Okay, look at it now. Assuming I cutted it out, can you see where I draw it out? So what I will do, I will now use my hand and redraw it again. I will draw it. So after drawing it, I will now go ahead and cut it out. Yeah. Please don't mind about the noise. It's just people that is doing their own business, we're in a public place. Okay. So after cutting it this way, remember I told you that this is the one I'm sewing. This is the one I'm using. Assuming I will use this, I will cut it to be on this shape. But I want to cut this one that is straight cut. Then on another one that I will sew this type. Or can we do this? Remember, two of them are the same thing. Just it depends on the way you cut it out. If you want to cut the triangular form or you cut it on the straight cut. But this one is on the straight cut now. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do this. Okay, let me just cut this one as a triangular form because I know I want to use the pink, the orange one. So because I want to use the orange one, I have divided the straight cut. I will now cut the straight in a triangular form this way. So what I will do now is to cut it out this way. Okay. You know how before I cut this, there's a mistake I made, so that I will not do it while doing your own. I'm supposed to curve this before cutting it out. But look at it now, I have cut it out. Assuming I cutted it out now, for me to curve this it might give me some wahala. So I need to cut this one first. After cutting it on this shape, I will cut this side. Then I'll go ahead and cut this in a triangular form. So sorry about that. While doing your own, make sure you cut this side first before it will give you more wahala. Okay, so I will cut it this way. But okay, assuming I am cutting on a straight line, I can first of all cut the straight line before I will curve it because it's two on the same measurements. Okay, so what I will do, I will place this one here to make sure that they are equal. Then I will draw it also here. Okay, so after drawing it this way now, I will now go ahead and I will cut the side also here. Yeah. Then before I will go ahead and cut this remaining side this way. Okay. So this is this one. Hope you are seeing what I'm doing. This is this one. When I turn it over now, it will be this way. And this one will be this way. So this is how it will be. Remember that is the one that will be down, but that one will be after sewing this. Then we're going to go ahead and cut the downside. And remember the measurement for the downside. So let me show you. This downside here is just 2 inch by 10 inch. Okay, so let's go ahead and first of all add our zip. That's this. We first of all add this our zip here. Then after adding the zip, we'll add our lining and the other things. Please pay attention very well as we are doing this one now here. Okay, let's go ahead and do that here. Okay. So this is the zip. As I told you that I'll be using this orange zip here. So what I will do now is to join it this way here. Okay. Then I'll add this one here also this way. So this is how it will be. Okay, remain on the side. Remember, I will still add lining on this bag. Why sewing this? I'm supposed to add the lining here that I will use it to turn it this way so that it will cover the pockets. But the main important one is this one. Okay, but before I add the lining, I will first of all add this here. Okay, so what I will do, I will first of all add zip on this one. Okay, not because I'm not using lining, I'm supposed to cover all this one with line, but I don't want to add the lining here. Okay. So this is it now. So I will now get the middle for this side. Remember, this is the middle for this side. So I'll get the middle for this. Okay, then I'll get the middle for this also. I'll get the middle for this side also here. Yeah, this is the middle. And this is the middle for this side here for the zip. Okay, so I will now go ahead and sew this one from this side. Okay, so this is it now. I will now add it here. Okay, from the middle of the two, sorry, I will start from the middle of the two here. From this two middle here, I will now sew it. This is how it will be. So I'll add it from the middle. I'll open this. Then I'll add the side also here. So this is the zip. Okay. So what I need to do now is to go ahead and add the zip. Seeing this zip now, I noticed there is a mistake here because it's not at the middle of the bag. Yes, I noticed something here. But let me just put the zip first, so we are going to wash it. If not, we're going to lose it also again and again. So look at it now, it's not that kind of straight, it just curved. So I need to lose some parts here. So I'll lose this side here also. So I'll check whether I got the middle very well. So this is the middle of the bag. So we're going to check the middle for this side also. Are you seeing where I made a mistake? Okay, this is the middle, I got this side, okay? So I'll add it again. Okay, now it's on a straight line. Look at it. Look at it here. Okay. So this is how it is. Okay now. So when it is this way now, the next thing I will do is to add a lining that will be here. Okay, I'll first of all add a lining that will be here, not on this. Remember, this is this way. I'll add lining on this one, not on this one. Not on the upper this side, but I'll add lining on the downside of this bag. Okay. Okay, now I'll add a lining here. I'll add a lining here. That will be the lining that will cover this downside. Can you see? So I will add a lining here. So that's the lining that will cover this side. Remember, I was supposed to cover all this. I'm supposed to cover all of them to make it to be neat. So I will still cover it. So I will sew it again. Okay. So I'll use this material to cover it. That's the. I'll cover it this way. I need to cut out this. I need to cut out all the sides. So I'll cut the side also. Okay, this is how it will be. Okay, so I'll add a seam now. Next thing that I need to add here. Okay. So this is the zip that I'll use. So I'll use this zip. Remember, this one is size 6. We'll have sizes on the zip. We have the size 5, we have size 6, we have size 7, we have size 10, we even have size 3. The same thing on the zip head. Please, we're adding your zip. See, I will not allow it to come out before I'll push it. I'll push it with my hand this way. It will come out. Okay. So the same thing applies to this side. I'll add a zip here. Make it to be equal. Make the zip to be equal. This way. Then we'll add it. Okay. So look at this one. But I need to add the double zip here. I need to make this downside to be double. Okay. Okay, look at it. Then after adding it, I will now keep it and I will sew it together with the lining now. It's now time to sew it with the lining. Sorry, the lining is not that kind of straight, so I would just want to stretch it so that all of them will enter. That's why I'm losing it. So no cost for alarm for the bag. It's just that I want to lose the lining so that I'll make it to take off. Okay. Now I'll shift it this way. Okay, so after that, I'll cut it out. Okay, so after sewing it, this is how it will be. Remember, it's just for this pocket that I've covered. I've not covered this one, but I need to add the one that will be down here. Then after adding the one that will be down here now, then I'll add the lining. That's the complete lining now for this bag. Okay. So what I need to do, I will now cut out the downside for the bag. So I told you what I would do use there is just a 2-inch. I just cutted it out sketch without even measurements. That's 2 by 10 inch. Same measurement with this. So I will now put it this way. Then I'll go ahead and sew it also here. Okay, then I will now turn it this way. But before then, I will now cut the remaining one here. That's the reason we don't need to cut your material out sketch because we will just waste your material. Look at the one I wasted now. Okay, then I will now turn it this way. And you see, turn it this way. I will not stretch it to be this way. I will fold it small here. So it will be folded this way. Then I will sew it. Then coming to this side, I'll fold it this way. I will sew it also. Then after that, I'll curve it. Just a small curve. That's this side of the bag. I'll also curve this side. Yeah. So after covering it, this is how it will be. Oh, remember I knocked off stitch here. It's just this way. Okay. So what I will do now, I will now go ahead and use lining and cover here. I'll cover here with the lining now. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is the lining here. Then I will now put it on top. Okay, I will go ahead and sew it. Remember, I not top stitch the zip and here. Bear it in mind, please. Then after that, I'll cut the remaining ones. So this is how it will be. Then the next thing I need to do now is to use I'll add cord. Yes. So I need to add cord and this one here. Okay, look at it. Look at our back. Look at this. This and this are the them. This one also. Okay, so the next thing I will do here. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay. Sorry for the introduction. It's just somebody is asking me a question. Okay, so look at it here. So after sewing this way, I will now use it and measure the one that will sew down. Okay, so I will now use this and cut the back side of the bag. But before then, I will add the zip that will be here. Okay, so I will mark. I'll mark here now. I'll mark here. Just I marked somewhere that I assume where I'll add a zip. Then I'll mark it this side. Okay, from the two, I will now measure it around here. So I'll measure it down this way. So I'm just checking where, okay, so the measurement is 17. That 17 will be for the zip, okay. Then I'll measure from here also. I'll measure it here. I'll measure it and I'll measure it. Right, and okay, that's 20.5 inch. That will making it to be 21.5 inch. That will be for the base. That's the round body and the zip. So let's go ahead and cut all of them out now. So I'll go ahead and cut it now. So I'll put it on the back. So I'll add it this way here. I need to undo this. So it will be this way now. Okay. Then I will draw it. So I'll draw it to be this way. Then I'll cut it. So after cutting this side, I'll keep it and I'll go ahead and cut the round body and the zip side. Okay, the measurement I'll be using on the round body of the bag, I'll be using a round body will be, I'll use a 4.5 inch for the round body because it's just a small bag. So I'll use 4.5 inch for this. Remember, it's 4.5 inch. And it's 4.5 inch by 21.5 inch from the measurement I will have measured already. So it will be 4.5 inch and it's 21.5. Okay, let me just make it 22 in case I don't want to make a mistake. Instead of it to be smaller, let it be more than what we have cut it out. Okay, so I'll now cut for the round body of the bag. So this is the round body for the bag. Then I'll go ahead and I'll cut the zip side for the bag. And the measuring out 2 by 17 inch, and that 2 by 17 inch will be 2 pieces because the zip side. So the zip side will be okay. Let's make it to be 1. Then I'll add the zip on the front side. And Abby, yes. I'll make it to be 2. Sorry, let me just use 2 that I usually use for the other ones again. Remember, this will be 2 pieces. And I will measure 17-inch here. Okay, so this is 17-inch for the back. And I'll assume that this is 2-inch, so I don't want to waste much time. Okay, I'll now go ahead and cut it. So I'll keep this one down. Then I will now cut this side. So what is remaining now is the handle for the back, and I'll be using the belts. What I use for the handle of the back is the belts. I'm not cutting the leather that I use with the belts. So this is the belt that I will use. This is the belt. That's 1-inch belt that I'll use for the handle of the bag. Okay. Then I will measure out the handle for the bag now, and the measurement I will use here is I will make it to be long. Okay, I will be making use of 40-inch for the handle of the bag, and remember the handle will be 2 pieces. Okay, the handle is 2 pieces. And I will cut the one that will be on top of it, the one that will just hold on your hand without backpacking it. Okay, so the measurement for this one, that one will be 9-inch. So this is 9-inch. Okay, then for the one that will be down here where the hook that the D-ring or the setting will be, I will just cut out the small this thing like 3-inch. Okay, and that will be the first thing that I will sew before I add the zip for the bag. Remember, I'm not using lining on this bag. I use lining on your own. I just don't want to use the lining for the bag, but to waste much of my time because I'm doing live video. Assuming I'm just off camera, I will just use my lining because it makes the bag to be unique. So on this side now, get the middle points of this. That's where I'll add the handle for the bag here. So this is the middle point for the bag, and that's where I'll add all this handle here. These 2 will be there. So let's go ahead and add it. Okay. So I'll add it by the side of the middle of the bag. I'll add it this way here. Then I'll add this one here. Then this one here, I'll add it here at the middle. You see, I'll add it at the middle of this bag also. So I'll go ahead and sew all of them together here. Okay, so look at the handle, then remaining for the one that will be here and the one that will be here. So let me get the setting for the bag. So this is the setting that I'll use here now. Okay. So I'll add the D-ring down here. around here also. Okay, this is how it will be. Okay, now I'll add the handle for the bag first of all. Let me just finish whatever that is about the handle for the bag. So I'm just adding the handle for the bag. Okay, so this is it now. Then the next thing I will do is to add the zip side of the bag. So I will sew the zip side of the bag. That will sense it. So I'll add it this way and I'll sew it. This one I will top stitch it. So I'm slowly stitching it here. Then to apply to this side again. So after sewing this, I will now add the zip. Then I will join it with the downside of the bag. Then I will couple the bag together with this. Okay, I finished this one. Then I'll add the round body for this here. Okay. Then I'll top stitch. Okay, now after sewing it this way, okay, I will now got the middle of this here. So this is the middle of this one, and this is the middle of this side. So I'll keep it here this way. Okay. So this is the remaining side of this. And this. Okay, now, so I need to add a cord on this one. So I need to add this cord here. Okay, so how this is how it will be. Then I will now join it with this. I will join it with this one here. Please, I started from the middle of the bag, from the middle here. That was where I started. So watch me what I'm doing here. Okay, this is it. Then I will not add the. I'll add this here. Oh, I don't have the middle. So I need to get the middle of this. So this is the middle, and I will join it from here with this one here. Okay. Okay. So after sewing the bag this way, remember I'll still cover all the sides, but let's go ahead and open our bag. So this is our bag. Is it not fine? Hope it's fantastic. So the remaining thing I need to do is to cover the inner side. Remember, this is I have an issue here. See how it is. So I need to open here and arrange it to make it to be equal to this. That's all. And I will now add what I'll use to cover here. So I'll add it here. So thanks so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay tuned for tomorrow for another live video on our bag making.